Hey guys, and welcome to the newest series on the Testudo Times podcast network. I'm your host, Lila Bromberg, and today we have the 2014-15 Maryland men's basketball team back together over video chat. We're going to be starting this as a new series where we're going to be bringing old teams back together. We're going to be looking at some games from the season. We're going to be doing some fun segments and questions. So I guess we'll start it off and introduce everyone who's on the call. So first up, we have Dez Wells.
What's up? What's up?
Then we have Damonte Dodd.
Yo, what's good?
We've got Jared Nickens.
How y'all doing?
Jon Graham.
What's up, everybody?
Varun Ram.
Hey, guys.
Jacob Susskind. And then we've got Alex D'Alessio, who is a student manager on the team.
What's up, guys?
How are you guys all doing? How's everyone doing staying at home?
I'm doing well. Lila, thanks for bringing us together. This is, I think, the first time a lot of us have all been together at one time since we graduated. So this is it.
Yeah, it's so hard to get you on the phone, bro.
Too big time.
No.
See, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but like this was I've been a Maryland fan my whole life. Obviously, I have to be objective and stuff now, but I think 2014-15 was one of the first years that I really started going to every game I could. So I remember a lot of these games, so I felt like it was perfect to start this series with you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That means a lot.
So to start things off, we thought we would get your guys' input. We're currently right now debating what we're going to call this new series, and we figured you guys might have some input. So right now we're deciding between back with the squad, Terp reunion, and back in the locker room. We're open to any suggestions you guys have or what you guys think about those. We figured we'd let you guys help decide.
Yeah, back with the squad is straight. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Y'all got any ideas? Y'all got any ideas y'all like?
I like back with the squad.
Yeah, I mean that's tough. I mean, shoot, whatever y'all think.
I mean, I guess we'll just start getting into some questions here. I mean, I know.
Bino.
Oh, Bino, we've got a
Bino! Yo, Bino!
We've got a Bino Ranson joining us.
How's everything, guys?
Yeah. Settled debate for us. Are you advanced with Zoom? Because Alex was saying you're not, but I feel like you have to be out of anyone with all the recruiting going on right now.
I'm late because I just got off a recruiting Zoom meeting, okay? Just so y'all know. Said you FaceTime.
Hey, drop the facts.
Who said I wasn't up on it?
Alex.
Alex. Well, Alex, you should know me a little bit better than that, all right? I get it done. It's about getting it done. Right? Come on,
hey, that's my guy.
You know, are you having to homeschool your kids right now? How's that going?
It's going good. It's going good. I can't say it's going great. You know, mom kind of handles all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Just to be honest.
They're not driving you crazy yet? They have a lot of
energy. Yeah, they are. But you know what? We try to keep a routine. You know what I mean? We got a routine to get up, eat breakfast. You know, do schoolwork. Then about 1 or 2 o'clock. No, I'll go running. I'll come back. Then around 1 or 2 o'clock, me and BJ will play one-on-one. You know what I'm saying?
Who wins?
You know what? We've been playing the best 3 out of 5. He won a couple of times. He like the Lord of the Rim, but he can play. He make shots.
Yeah.
He can make shots. You know what I mean? Dodzilla, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Coach?
Hey, where are you?
I'm in Maryland. I'm at my mom's crib.
Okay, all right. Well, you in Carolina, Dez?
Yeah. I'm in Carolina, in my place.
All right, and where you, Varun? You home? You in Maryland?
Yeah, I'm here back in Howard County.
Okay, and Jake, you in Jersey? Okay, John, you in Baltimore.
You already know where I'm at.
See, Jared, you in Jersey.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Okay, all right. I thought you know what I'm saying? You could have slid down to Maryland.
I slide down every now and then.
It's good seeing you guys, though. Really.
Yeah, man, you too.
Who else supposed to be on this deal?
We were trying to get Mello or Jake, but I think they're too big time now.
That's crazy.
Oh, Lord.
This time you're supposed to come together. You know what I mean? Like they all should be on here.
Yeah. Bino, you growing a beard?
Yeah, I got a little something going. It's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Just let it come in.
Yeah. It came in last week, but I had a couple of these Zoom meetings. So
Yeah.
I got, cleaned up a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I feel you.
How's the recruiting been on Zoom?
It's good. It's good. It's really good. It's really good. You know what I mean? I think we got all in front of this deal. You know what I mean? But I think people are catching up now with it because it's the way you got to communicate. You know what I mean? So It's been good though. So I was on a Zoom meeting just now with a recruit, Coach Turgeon and I, and the kid's family. So that's why I wasn't on at 8:00.
Yeah.
What I also go ahead. Sorry, Dez.
Oh, nah. If you're gonna piggyback off that question, go ahead. I
was gonna take it somewhere else.
I'm pissed, bro, because this season, like, how this season ends like this because of the quarantine stuff and the coronavirus, you know. But man, we were going to the Final Four this year, bro.
That's what I've been telling people.
Man, that's crazy.
You saw all the simulations that had us in the Final Four.
Man, I'm really
Guys were all in there. Guys were all in. So, hey, but we didn't get the Big Ten title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did.
The first one.
Y'all brought a chip back to College Park. That's what matters.
And John went up there and cut a piece of the net.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was crazy. That was crazy. I didn't expect that at all, to be honest with you. Like, sir,
John cut a piece of the net for everybody on the 2015 team.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, that was my last memory of the season was seeing you. I think my last memory of the season was, you playing pickup with BJ after the game. It was either that, I remember we had a good hug after. It was one of those two moments.
Yeah.
I think it was like my last memory of the season.
I know, that sucks, right? But you know what? Let's take something away from this time to understand that, you know what I mean, yesterday is gone, today is here, tomorrow is not promised. Something you have today could be gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why, like, I definitely was going to get on here with this deal to see these guys, because you guys were like the foundation of our success. You know what I mean? You guys kind of rebirthed the program. You know what I mean? Got us back to the tournament. It got this thing rolling. You know what I mean? Varun and Jake, you know what I'm saying, that the roles you guys played. You know what I mean? Don't ever think that you didn't have a big part of what we're doing now and what we did then. You know what I mean? So, and obviously, Dez and Damonte and John, you know what I mean, and Jarrett, you guys were, big contributors. You know what I mean? So, this time right now should bring us together. It's funny. One of my former players that played AAU with me played at Pittsburgh. You guys might know him, Jermaine Dixon, Juan Dixon's little brother. So he had a surprise birthday party last week on Zoom. Levance, all those dudes came in. All those dudes. It was crazy. Bradley Wanamaker, the big kid McGee, Levance Fields, all those dudes, they showed up, you know what I mean, on the Zoom birthday party. It was crazy. And then they stayed on afterwards. And, they was telling stories. I mean, because you guys were over the dome. You guys probably got y'all stories, you know what I mean? I had a good time at Maryland.
Yeah, but I think they're using this for for something like positive. We can't really tell some stories about the door.
Okay, no, you probably can't.
Yeah, I use this for something different. We have stories though, but most of them stories is just like Kyle, like we had like conditioning or something like that. We like dead in the locker room, something like that. Man.
Wait,
We gotta get some good stories going. I mean,
Jared has the most stories. Jared is the story.
I got too many stories actually.
I mean, because you guys, I remember I had John and his dad on the podcast a few weeks ago. I mean, you guys were unranked going into the season. No one really expected much, and then you really have success in the first season of Big Ten play, finish second in the league, make the tournament for the first time since 2010. Like, what was your guys' mindset just going into the season and kind of like being underrated in that way?
I didn't know what to expect.
We had no expectations.
I was a freshman, so I didn't know what was going to happen with anything. I was just thrown in the fire. It was fun, though, for sure.
No,
That was a fire.
Nah, it was honestly, I remember 'cause me and Juan and Terps, Bino, we all, and John Arslanda, we all talked a lot, especially like, you know, most of the seniors and the coaches, we were like really on point that year and just like really like a team. So like our expectation was, all right, we got to basically focus on what we're willing to sacrifice for the betterment of everybody. Because we knew that like we wasn't gonna really do anything if it was just like one player that was like doing well and we weren't winning. We knew that winning was gonna just put everybody where they wanted to be. So I remember the meeting we had at Terps' house. We all had the crab legs and stuff, and I had to sit on the sideline. I had to sit on the steps because I'm allergic to shellfish. And you guys were eating the crabs and stuff, and that's when we had like our note cards and what we was gonna sacrifice or something like that, and how we were gonna something we were gonna do. We were gonna push the next person or something like that, and we had to kind of go off and tell everybody what we was gonna do. I remember that like vividly.
I also remember him asking Dion specifically what his goals were.
What his goals were.
No. First he has Dion like because everyone was assigned another player, like another teammate. So his was like let's say it was like Susskind. So he like asked, he was like Dion, like what are Suskind's goals? And he was like, I don't know. He was like, all right, well, what are your goals? He was like, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was something like I guess I'm just it was just something like real like he didn't know exactly what to say or like we had got a lot of young guys. I remember his response had everybody laughing up.
I mean, what was that like also too, just like transitioning and being the first team in the Big Ten? Like, was that kind of pressure on you guys?
No, I don't think so. I think we took it on because, like I told Richard Pitino, who, Rich is a pretty good friend of mine. That's the head coach of Minnesota. We were on a recruiting trail. And so he and his assistant, Kamani, they were like, oh, boy, y'all ready for the Big Ten, this, that, the third? And I said, what? I said, listen, understand this. It's not like we're coming from the Atlantic 10 or the Big South. We are coming from the ACC. You know what I'm saying? So going into the transition into the Big Ten, we had ACC caliber players. So that's why we were able to hit the Big Ten on right in the head from the start. You know what I mean? We didn't look at it like they had to adjust to us, tell you the truth. I mean, that's why we went to East Langston in our first Big Ten game right there. And knocked it off.
Yeah. I mean, only thing that was on our mind was like, all right, I guess we're going to play in like colder climates now. So.
Yeah. We thought the travel would probably be crazy, but
yeah.
a couple trips.
And we probably go like to better cities. Like we're not going to Clemson no more.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But the difference was the venues are like, all sold out. You know what I mean?
It was like a bigger stage for the Big Ten.
Yeah. It's not like you playing in front of Wake Forest in front of 4,500 people or under like 6,500. Like you going to each one of those venues, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, they all sold out.
Even I realized this. Even like Duke, like my first time playing at Duke, I'm like, all right, this is just a bunch. Like a lot of this is just hype. Like it's a tough place to play, but it's only like less than like 4,000 people. I mean, maybe a little bit more. I mean, like 5,000 people. And that's not really that much considering we have like 20,000. So we went to the Big Ten and we played Indiana, and like their student section goes straight up like ours does, and they have like 12,000 students. It's like this is way tougher than Duke was.
Couldn't hear
anything. Nothing.
They were ruthless.
I just know I was really excited to see some teams again. So I'm just glad that we were going to the Big Ten because there were a lot of teams that I wanted to see again, and I was excited from the beginning.
Especially Penn State, right, John? John had 14 against Penn State. He was killing that game. I said, John probably said,
why can't we win on the road at Penn State, man? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
We always drop on that Penn State.
If I had to answer, I would tell you, but I don't know. All I know is John killed Penn State. You know what I mean? He had like 14 against his 14.
Like
Yeah,
16.
16. Yeah, I know what you was like, John. I used to do this every day in practice to them dudes.
Yeah.
Jon Graham. What's up, Susk? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. How your dad?
My dad's great. Family's great. My fiance is great. I'm getting married in November, hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Alex got one coming up. Alex got he's tied in that coming up soon.
Hopefully in June, but with
I
this,
know. Fingers crossed, because that's gonna be a great wedding. Got my invitation right there. Yep. So.
I mean, and for you guys throughout the season, like, was there kind of, you mentioned a little bit, just kind of like your mindset going into it. Was there like a motto or kind of like a theme you guys kind of built around the season and kept on going back to?
Wasn't it like "We Will"? That was like our slogan that year.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
like piggybacking off the Under Armour slogan.
I think that was like something that we went by.
There was When You Fall Down.
Yeah, Pasadena, yeah. It was a lot of stuff. Like, I remember, like, in the tunnels, right before we came out, like, me and Jon Graham or Jerry in the middle, like, we would think of any and everything to say, and it was like, always just like senior year. It was like so much like hype, just because like we were ranked and stuff. So in between, like going like the round and stuff, it was always crazy.
I still have my "We Will" shirt. I came across it the other day.
I found mine too.
What's that?
Alex, what's something that you remember? Like, what's something that I would say that you would say sticks out to you from that year?
I would say from my perspective, I think it's a little bit different from you guys, because like when you guys would walk into classes, like everyone knew you guys were basketball players. So like when I would walk into my class as a freshman, people were talking that year about our team going into the year, and they wouldn't know I had any affiliation. So I kind of got like the students' perspective and kind of vibe they had. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember the first like 10 games, we might have had like 5,000 people in the stands. And then once we got the number next to our name after the Iowa State game or whatever, then we started selling out. You had the Wisconsin game and all that. So that's the biggest thing I remember, just going into practices and just looking at our team. And, if I was looking more ranked, what's a ranked team look like, because you guys knew, you guys had already all been in college basketball here. Jared had gone on visits, so you've seen her pick up with other teams. It was just pretty eye-opening for me going into the season, just having that different perspective.
Was that Iowa State team kind of like a coming out party for you guys in a way, just beating that first ranked team?
It was. I thought, that was sort of that was the what CBE tournament something in Kansas City.
Yeah. That was in Missouri, right?
Yeah, Iowa State.
Arizona State first.
Arizona State, then Iowa State. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So actually, the Arizona State was coming. Because we just went to feel like we were for real. So. But,
the championship game against Iowa State is when I broke my wrist in the game.
Yeah, and they had George D.A. I remember, yeah. They had Georgie.
They had a good team.
Yeah, Georges, Naz, Monte.
Yeah, they had a good team.
Monte Morris at point guard.
Then they had Naz Long.
Yeah, they had him.
They had Naz Long too, yep.
They had a team.
They were good. They were good, but our mindset was like, we didn't care about who we were playing. We were saying because we knew we had some good players went out.
Didn't Melo go off that game too?
Melo went off both games.
Melo went off Arizona State game. That's when I think he had 31 that game.
Jared and Jake led at Iowa State though. Jared had 15 points. Jake had 15, and Dez had 14 and 9 rebounds.
Yeah. No, they had a good group of guys.
I mean, and you guys shot like almost 45% from the floor and like 42% from deep in that game. Like the offense was just clicking, it seemed like.
I just knew that coming into the season, like we didn't really know, like we knew that we had guys that could score, but we were like, we just had to be locked down defensively. We was just gonna let like our offense just kind of take care of itself, like playing the transition and stuff. But I remember like defense being like something that we were gonna like hang our hats on that year.
Is there a moment that sticks out from that game for you guys, like still to this day?
Only thing that's, I mean, when I broke my wrist, like that's the only thing that sticks out to me.
How many games were you out?
Yeah,
I missed like 5 weeks.
You missed that Virginia game, right?
I missed Virginia and Oklahoma State. That was like the young guys is coming out party against Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
They showed out. I remember in Stillwater, I was like proud.
Yeah, we lost Dez, we lost Evan for a little bit. Like that was a stretch that we could have like crumbled because we lost our best player, our leader, and all that. But we really came together and like you said, you know, the young guys came out. You know, Melo, Jared,
and
we all came
the
together.
funny thing about it, John, the funny thing about it is that like, you know, you kind of grow older, you kind of seems, but like that's how it was supposed to happen. Like those, like Jared, Melo, Dion, like if Evan would have stayed in and like wouldn't have gotten hurt, they probably wouldn't have come along the way they did. So like us getting hurt, that allowed them a chance to like bloom. You feel me? And they were supposed to do it at the time.
Yep. Oklahoma State game. That was fun.
That was fun to watch. Man, I'll never forget though. Like it was two moments where like the fans like rushed the floor. We had a few moments. There was two key like memorable moments, and that was like when we beat Duke at home, and when we beat Wisconsin at home. By far, like nothing will come close.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys about that Wisconsin game because to me, I mean, that's a game that I kind of remember so many moments of who that day. It's just I think one of the most iconic Maryland games of the past decade. When we had that list come out this year, that was definitely one of the ones on them. What do you guys remember from that game?
Man, it just felt like we were moving at a different speed.
What were they ranked at the time? What were
they were 5th, and you guys were 14th or 13th, I believe.
14, I think.
Yeah, because
it was a 14-3 matchup.
What's up, Susskind?
I remember we won that game. I knew going in we were going to win it. And it's, it's a top 25 matchup, right? And we're home. We probably were even favored. I remember, I think might have been Mello or maybe Jared, it was even you. Someone tried like going into the crowd when everyone rushed the court. I'm just like, nah, get in line, shake their hand. There's no celebrating just yet. We're about to go into a Big Ten tournament play. This is
right.
I'm just like, come on, guys.
Yeah, like we were some unranked team like that were underdogs, something that we weren't supposed to beat them.
I had an 8:30 call, so I'm gonna have to take off, guys.
All right.
All right. Hey, listen, I appreciate every one of you guys. Well, let's do this again.
Good to see you, Coach.
All right. Appreciate y'all. All right. Go Terps.
All
right. Hey, if we were ever celebrities after that game, I feel that was like by far that was like the funnest like.
Hey, wasn't Grievous there? He came in the locker room after that.
Who?
Wasn't Grievous? He came in the locker room after that game.
Grievous, I think. William, like everybody was there.
Remember Coach Warren? Hey, Dad, remember Coach Warren told us to leave his office the next day?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a fun time. That was, man.
What's that like when they storm the court? Like, what's your guys' initial reaction when that starts happening?
I mean, you just like, first off, you just happy that you won, so you celebrate with your teammates. But then, like, you just see the crowd, and it's just like, oh man. Yeah. And you just trying to stay close to one of your teammates so that like you don't get like, I don't know.
Well, you guys.
But then when they like pick you up, it's like, oh, that's just crazy. You for all your teammates just trying to celebrate with your guys. You just really just like floating through that whole phase. Like that's not even like real. Like that's a cool moment. How was it for you, bro?
It was that when people were storming the court, I couldn't breathe. But I was like, it'd be nice to be 6'7" at this point, but it was crazy. I just remember like that was fun, and then the locker room after, like every time after a win, like everybody was in a good mood, right? Like 1 through 15, and all the coaches, staff.
Hey, Damonte, stop, bro. You stop saying the fork on your plate, man.
Oh, my fault.
Oh my God! I'm like, what is that sound?
What are you eating?
The fork on your plate.
Hey, oh, my fault.
Alex, he is not changed, bro.
At all.
I'm over here eating love. My fault.
Eating pork chops.
Nah. Chinese ways like that. Chinese ways.
Hey, yo. Jerry, you know exactly what he's eating, bro. You know what he's eating. You know what he's eating. He just fried some pork chops.
Nah, I ain't had pork chops in a Brit. Shoot.
Bro, go ahead, bro.
Hey, yo, come on. Can we get back to the...
I got a question for all you guys.
All
What's the most vivid memory that you guys have of preseason with Kyle?
Oh, please stop it.
Oh, my God. Oh, I got one where we finished doing conditioning, and we came in the locker room, and everybody was sprawled out on the floor, tired. And it was like 2 or 3 more of us on the team.
There were like 4 guys left.
We had like 6 players on the team doing conditioning. Oh my God. I was like, what is this?
Hey, what was the year that Kyle took away our drinks?
Yo, we got. How about the day we got him back though, and Connor like took.
No, Susskind. You remember Damonte's freshman year when he came in the locker room in the weight room with the fence, and Kyle just like, hey, what's that? And he was like, he showed him, and Kyle just took the drink and told him to get out. He's not drinking soda anymore.
Yeah, I was sick with him. He did that, but I'm not even on the team yet.
Why would you even do that though?
Hey, Susskind, you remember Roddy?
Oh my God.
Roddy was my favorite teammate ever.
But hold on, can I tell you a story about Roddy? Listen,
Oh God.
It's our first.
Hold on. Is it PG?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's our first workout with Kyle, and me and him both lead class. We got the same class. You know what I'm saying? We freshmen. Me and him both lead class. I go straight to the gym. He said, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm like, dude, we got like 40 minutes until the workout. Like, you might as well just come to the gym and sleep. He's like, nah, my boys, whatever, back at the crib. I'm like, all right, bro, just don't be late. Man, this dude walks in. I'm already warming up. This dude walks in with a beater on, with his iPad blasting Gucci, man, talking about, Kyle, why can I charge my iPad? Kyle says, Roddy, why are you late? He said, oh, man, I was overslept. I'm like, oh, it's his first workout. So I'm like, all right, Kyle, you know what I'm saying? He can cut up some slack. Man, he walked, this dude, Kyle, went to the treadmill and put it on the highest level possible and just cranked the speed, incline, and all that up. And he had to run the whole workout. Mind you, I'm over there dying on the TRX pulls. I'm like, this is hard. I can only imagine, what he's doing. I'm like, yeah, you're not going to make it if you keep doing this.
What's the hardest workout Kyle put you guys through?
No, the worst is of the Fridays in the summer.
Board pushes.
You remember when we used to have
and then we had to finish with sleds outside.
You remember we had to do remember the summer we had to do the trap bar complex?
Oh
my God.
The barbell complex.
That wasn't like the summer. That was the spring because we had a bad season.
Oh my God. That's when we didn't make like we didn't make the NIT or anything. That was like junior year.
Hey, yo,
we had to do like the hot pulls. And we couldn't put the bar down the whole time.
Yo, you remember Seth used to rest it on his
right here.
Yeah.
Kyle was like, what?
He used to go.
Hold on.
And he was sick. Yeah.
Hey, yo, what about the time?
Like your hands and your forearms would be like so like tired from like holding a bar.
Be gone.
And then we would have to do and then like junior year we had to do like we started off like preseason doing like 3 like punishments in a row. Cause like,
Oh,
we're,
that
like,
was
late
Jon
for
Graham's
stuff.
first workout.
Yeah, and we're like,
And then,
yeah.
hey, you guys remember AJ?
Yeah,
AJ Matt, yeah.
Floor about to puke is like holding on to the trash can. This is all your fault.
But yo, why
Hey,
Jon
AJ
Graham come
was
over there to help
funny.
him?
Your fault, this.
It's your fault we're doing this.
Yo, that was funny.
Oh man.
To get every,
Yeah, that's probably the worst.
We had to do the punishment the first day, then we all got the text the next day, see y'all at 6 a.m. We like, what?
Oh no. Hey, I don't think you guys were there when we had to do the Navy SEAL training.
Nah.
No, I mean like the younger guys, they weren't. I don't think Damonte was there yet.
Nah.
Cause we had to jump in the pool with like
Okay,
hoodies on and
I was
like
there
tread
for
water and take it off in the
I
water.
heard Pad couldn't swim either.
No, it was funny. No, I got one. Son, remember when he told us to jump in the water and like freestyle? And Alex jumped in, was doing backstroke.
and Alex started doing a backstroke.
He was doing a backstroke. You like spitting water out of his mouth.
Hey Jared, what about the time you and Jake was cursing each other out when y'all was doing them forfeits?
Nobody was there for that. They had all left. Alex might have been there. That was crazy.
Hold on. What happened? What was this?
We had Bob by testing, and I forgot to set my alarm. And I completely missed mine, but Jake was 10 minutes late to his, but we had the same punishment. And we had to do board pushes up the whole hallway. Down and back twice was one. We had to do it 10 times. So while one person was going, the other person had to hold a plank or a canoe. And it got brutal. It got brutal. Me and Jake was going at it.
And I think one game that kind of helped, that may have helped you guys with just all the strength training with Kyle and stuff. One game I wanted to talk about was, the double overtime victory at Michigan State. Like, how much did that help, like all the strength and conditioning, having to go through and pull it out in a double overtime game?
Can I say I didn't foul out? I didn't foul out. Let's make that clear.
I mean, when it gets down to that, most of the game is like just mental. So if you don't, like if you can't make it through like sprints, you won't make it,
You guys should talk about the games. You remember when Kyle put you through games?
Oh, yeah, through like the conditioning.
One day after games, Dez asked somebody, let's play one-on-one. That's when I knew he was crazy because I was dead tired. I'm like, there's no way I could go play right now. It's quiet. I had to go in the locker room right now.
I remember my freshman year, they was like, yeah, we got games to get ready for the game. Like, so I'm thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, bet we're gonna play pickup games. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Man, this dude, Kyle was crazy. I used to call him the mad scientist. Dude was crazy.
Yeah, so to preface that, like Kyle would do it every preseason, a couple weeks before practice would start in the fall. And his whole mindset was during games, you play 4 minutes straight and you usually get a medium timeout. So you would do 5 exercises to simulate a half, and they would get a 2.5 minute break. And these exercises were like high intensity, like throw up type, just balls to the wall. And he would always come up with an opponent. Like I remember my sophomore year, we had North Carolina in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. So he was like, we're playing North Carolina, we're down 5. So he kind of simulates that, and it basically challenges the guy's mental capacity and team atmosphere. So like, for instance, Dez is lacking a little bit. Damonte can pick him up and do extra sprints and pick it up that way. So in my opinion, I saw that translate really well in terms of this like cohesivity and mental toughness down the stretch when everyone's dog tired and just wants to give up. And
How much toughness did that Michigan State game take? I mean, it's definitely a tough arena to play in. It's the first Big Ten game. I mean, Dez, you had that game time 3-pointer to push it to overtime. Just how mentally tough did you guys have to be to get out with a win?
First, Alex, that was very well put. Second, I mean, you like those things you just kind of gain over time from like, just challenging yourself and like pushing your limits. Because, you know, once you get to, like, overtime and stuff like that, like, there's nothing that can really be done or said that's gonna – it's all between you and yourself at that point. So that's just something that you just gain over, like, just from pushing yourself and pushing people around you and being pushed and being challenged. Like, there's really no, like, formula for that. It's just something you either have, you know, or you just don't.
Yeah, and I think the world was kind of like waiting to see how we would respond to like the first real Big Ten road test. You know, it's like, you know, Michigan State, you know, the bullies, you know, the tough guys of the leagues per se. So they wanted to see like how tough we were. Yeah. And I think, you know, the way we battled against them like all game long, including especially the overtimes, you know, I think that definitely set the message through to like the league that, you know, we here, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not here just to, like, you know, just be here. We're here to like take over. And I think that game in particular was like one that really sent the message.
Yeah.
We played them at home too. That was fun.
We like blew them out at home.
Yeah. That's when Melo had
overtime game vote. Dez, you went off in that Michigan State.
That's when Melo dropped tum-tum.
Had that steal and dunk and like, I think it was in the second overtime. Like you had that big like.
You know what? You know this is why yeah, I do. This is why Kyle is the mad scientist. So while I had my wrist was broken, I was out for 5 weeks. So after I was like clear, like all like I guess like the anesthesia and stuff was out of my body, and I could like move, and I had like I guess the little like the cast or whatever that goes on my right hand and my wrist. I was like doing workout. I was doing workouts like I don't know what kind of workouts he had me doing. Like he would like it was just all like body resistance. Like he would like resist whatever I was trying to do, and like that would be the part of the body that I'd be working on. Whether it's like him holding my shoulders and I'm trying to do like sprints, and like I would do like incline like workouts on the treadmill while these guys were in practice. So like I didn't miss a beat conditioning wise. The only thing I had to get back was the strength in my hand and my wrist to shoot. And other than that, I played around that. Like that was fine. I can like pass and do other things. But you know, just me being out there, I just wanted to help. And Kyle made sure that I was in the perfect physical condition to jump right in and do just that.
And I guess another game I was going to ask you guys about, a big game for you, Varun, was that Valparaiso game in the NCAA Tournament.
Yeah.
We're back in for the first time since 2010. You that big, you know, defensive play late to seal it. Like, what was going through your mind during that?
Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. I mean, I think that was our first time in the tournament in like what, 10 years or something? 5 years?
2010.
Since 2010. Yeah, no, I mean, it was awesome. It was just, I mean, I think our whole team was just like so pumped and excited to be there. And like, you know, the game like flew by. And yeah, obviously I didn't play a lot that game. Just played, you know, a couple seconds. And who was it that fouled out? Was it like Jake or was someone that fouled out? And then, you know, just call my number. I mean, like, I didn't really do anything differently. Like, you can ask these guys, like, that's what I did at practice. Like, I just, you know, played defense, played hard, was scrappy, try to always be ready. But nah, I mean, that was awesome. I saw, like, the picture that, like, always comes to my mind is, like, the picture of, like, Jon Graham, like, holding me in the air, like freaking, like, his son. Favorite with that was
Simba. Also, you like Simba.
What was your guys' reaction just like to end of that game to get that first NCAA tournament win?
Thank God they didn't
Dream
call
come true for me. Go ahead, Sus.
I said thank God they didn't call the foul on Varun.
Right. Oh my God.
I was John. You were holding up Varun. I was holding up the ref.
Yeah, and then that next game what we played, that was West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was weird. I had never seen so many like wide open threes, wide open dunks, and then you look up at the score, we were like so down 20.
And Melo had like had to go out for a concussion that game, right?
Yeah, was that when Damonte kicked him in the head?
He had like 15 at the time when he had to out too.
I feel like he had a concussion before I kicked him, though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, he got.
He got cranked on that one screen. I was like, dude, this dude's out. And then he got back up. I was like, well. The game was crazy, though. Crazy atmosphere.
Yeah, that was tough.
I mean, losses like that, do you still think about those? Like, when you remember the season, is it more like a loss like that that sticks out, or, you know, the wins?
You play so much basketball and you have so much other stuff going on. That stuff's not in your mind. Yeah.
West Virginia still pisses me off, to be honest.
I remember if we would have played that Kentucky team that was undefeated.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought we were a good matchup for them. And Wisconsin ended up beating them.
Yeah, and we beat Wisconsin.
And we beat Wisconsin, right?
You guys beat 2 Final Four teams that year in Wisconsin and Michigan State.
Yeah.
Like, you guys swept Michigan State except for the Big Ten tournament. They make the Final Four. You have the game against Wisconsin. They're in the national championship game.
Right.
Wisconsin was just so good that year. Like, as good as we were, you know, we just couldn't catch them in time. We only got to play them one time. I mean, I wish we would have played them like twice that year like we did most teams, but they were just doing so well in the league that we just couldn't catch them in time.
Yeah, they were good that year. Frank was tough.
And I guess we'll transition into a fun segment I was thinking about doing with you guys. We're going to do a game of most likely to. So I think the best way to do this is, like, I'll call on one of you to answer it, and then you guys can debate and see if they were actually right about who's most likely to do something. So I guess I'll start with you, John. Who is most likely to be the team DJ?
The team DJ?
Yeah, like during
Damonte.
locker room or at practice.
Damonte.
Yeah.
Is that true? What music did you play, Damonte?
I played a little bit of everything, but I would have to say Jared would be the DJ.
Yeah, between those two.
I would say Jared, because Jared, me and him both would have our fair share of songs and dances.
I would say Damonte's taste was sometimes a little bit more eclectic. You know, he would play a little T Swift.
Yeah.
You know, he would go from end to end. So you never knew what you were gonna get.
Jacob, who had the best dance moves? I know Jared is gonna say it's him, but was it really Jared?
I'll put him up there. Damonte always made me laugh. He always came. Damonte's a big guy. So he's long. He's all over the place.
I don't know. I think Spencer might have it.
Oh yes.
Oh my God. No. I sat in between or right next to Susskind and Spence. When I tell you I had the most fun in my life laughing at those guys, like after practice or like between those two, they were like Rick and Morty.
Oh, I love some Rick.
They were like Rick and Morty. Like one was just like, and they shifted. Like someday one of them was Rick, the other was more. It was like they had a crazy balance of how their friendship worked, and they were really cool.
How would you judge Bino's dance moves? Because I've seen him like break out a few moves.
It depends on who. It depends on what Bino you getting. Like, did you win that game? Did you lose that game?
All right, Jared, who is the most likely to make a half-court shot in practice?
Wrong.
What? Probably Jared.
Half court. I'd probably go with, I don't know. Who would shoot? I'd probably say myself.
Yeah.
I like the confidence.
I'd probably say you.
I go with Varun.
Thanks, Dez.
I like Jake's chances too.
You remember when Damonte used to call himself KD?
Take
Oh,
you.
right.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, KD, like Kevin Durant. He used to try to shoot threes. And Terry would tell him, Damonte, you shoot another three, I'm going to kick you out of practice.
Nah, remember when he tried to do the Euro on the fast break?
Hold up.
He almost injured everybody around him.
He tried to say, I got fouled.
Hold up, but say y'all not gonna say Esme fouled me.
Persian got told to pass the rock, and he did the same thing the next possession.
Got two steals back to back. You feel me?
Hey, Damonte, that was when you were on the scout team?
Huh?
That was when you were on the scout team?
Oh yeah, he put me on the scout team. I used to go crazy. You can't say I used to go crazy on scout team.
He said, I got fouled, Jerry.
I got fouled twice.
Damn. Nobody
fouled you?
No, nobody touched him.
I promise you, Evan fouled me, Dez. I promise.
Nobody touched you.
You try Euro.
I saw you shoot 2 free throws.
All right, Dez, who is most likely to have the best dunk in warm-ups?
We couldn't dunk in warm-ups back then, so nobody. But I mean,
Probably Dez.
who else? We didn't really have many people that was like super athletic. I mean, probably me.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
feel like Jake was underestimated.
Maybe Jake,
for his
yeah.
dunk.
I'm thinking, Jake. Jake had bounce too.
Yeah.
See, that's what's really messed up with his 2K rating, is they have his dunk rating really off.
That's because
I mean, that's just more popularity than anything.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they don't really know. They don't know enough, like if they actually play, they don't really know. You feel me? Or if you like not like a like star player, I don't know. I don't play video games, so I don't know anything about that.
And speaking of 2K, Alex, who is the most likely to beat everyone if you guys are all playing 2K or Madden or something?
Madden, I remember Melo being pretty good, but 2K, I honestly have no clue.
Melo for sure.
You don't play, Alex?
I played, but I don't remember who was the best out of you guys. I remember Madden.
Nobody beat me in Madden. Nobody beat me in Madden. Not Melo.
I used to beat Melo at 2K.
John was tough in Madden, but Melo ran 2K. I can't even
No, he
lie.
did not. I beat Melo.
I've seen it. I've seen him beat you plenty of times.
And I beat him plenty of times too.
He's won more than you.
Had 85 points for Kevin Durant, and anybody else shoot the ball. Kevin Durant had 85 points.
Exactly. I was really scoring the rock.
You really thought you was him. That was your problem.
That's fine. That's okay.
Hey, you know, I remember this vividly. Jon Graham used to take playing video games really seriously. Like, he used to be really mad when he lost.
I've seen you play one video game before Dez, and you almost threw the controller.
It just don't work for me, bro. It don't work for me.
That's why you don't play video games anymore.
It's just not for me. I haven't played video games since Steve Francis was on the cover of Live, like 2001.
Nah, the funniest was when Juan came to play the video game the one day, and he talking about. He said, "Man,
he was trying to run plays on the video."
He said, "Man, wait." He said,
"Wait, you guys are playing the right way."
Yeah, he's not playing the right way.
He said, "Wait till I learn how to run the plays." I'm like, "Yo, you're never gonna win like this."
I'm like, bro, nobody plays I don't even know what games console he was playing back in 2001, where they was playing running plays.
And 64.
Now, that's a PlayStation 2 as well,
PlayStation
right?
1.
One of those joints.
I think PS2 was up.
And next up, Damonte, who is most likely to pull a prank on other guys on the team?
Pull a prank?
Yeah. Did anyone pull any pranks that year?
We didn't really do that.
Probably would be me.
Nah, I don't. Did we?
I don't know. Pull a prank? Maybe.
We had enough funny stuff that would just happen naturally. I don't think we really had to do like pranks and stuff too much.
We had one thing going on back in the apartments though, and people used to steal chargers.
I thought that was real life. I didn't think people were like playing around. I thought
this isn't really a prank, but Jared and Melo, they used to always to slap Deion's neck, and then one of them will hold Deion back. And they always had all these videos every time because Deion would get mad and someone slapped his neck, and then Melo would come up and like, hey, or like try to hold him back. That used to be funny.
Oh, man, Deion.
What?
All right, and I'll ask these so I guess anyone can answer them since we only have a couple of these left. Who was most likely to trash talk the most, like during a practice scrimmage?
100% Dez.
Yes.
He would talk shit to the other team. He would talk shit to his own team. He would talk shit to the coaches. He would talk shit to himself.
The heart, right for the soul. Some of the meanest things you could think of.
Nah, yeah, I'm pretty.
Only between the lines. Only between the lines.
Like, if you started, I was going to start too. And went, but whatever we had to do, we were going to be ready, and I was going to make sure of it. So, I guess in practice, it was just fun.
Talk about shit like Brandon Dawson from Michigan. Which I probably started.
Varun, you would talk too, though. You in practice. You
remember
would
John
talk.
hurt his ankle?
You used to kill us with the jab step and turds would boost you up. And yeah. Oh my God.
Hey,
Do you remember when he missed the layup? Turd and yelled at him. He was like, he said, man, I'll kill myself before you do coke or something. He said something crazy.
Hey, Jared. Remember at Iowa when he hurt his ankle? What'd he say?
I don't remember. You gotta.
Who, Jon Graham?
Nah, someone stepped on his ankle and he got him. He was like, who did that?
Oh, yeah. My man rolled his ankle and he wanted smoke with the whole team. He thought someone did it intentionally. He told my man, who did that?
What team like annoyed you guys the most during games?
It was Iowa. It was Peter Jock and Adam Woodbury had a little. He was talking a little.
He was the guy that would poke people in the eye, right?
Yeah, I ain't like Woodbury.
Yeah, he got Melo one good time too, didn't he?
Yeah.
The eye poker.
Yeah, what team annoyed you guys the most out of teams you played? Like, who was just the most annoying to play?
What did you say?
Like, what team annoyed you guys the most just in terms of trash talking or, like, doing things like that?
Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State.
I just have a strong
kind of Ohio State.
For Ohio State. I really hate Ohio State.
Nah, I used to hate Costello. He used to do the most. I'm like, yo.
Nah, yeah, you're right. Michigan State. Michigan.
I hated Brandon Dawson too, man. Like, I hated Brandon Dawson too, man. Like, Brandon Dawson tried to like you just tough player, bro. Like he tried me a couple times. I'm like, bro, you ain't like right now. You just talking, bro. You ain't no action behind it. So
Dawson was
fake
tough.
right, Michigan State.
Dawson was tough. Now.
I mean, yeah, he was tough, but like he wasn't like.
He tried dunk on me. I blocked him. I blocked him away at their place, and he came back and blocked me at our place. I was like, oh, he's crazy.
Crazy.
When you guys are going on the road, like for a game like that at Michigan State, like what are your guys' road trip essentials? Like what do you have to have on the road besides your phone?
That smoothie Kyle used to make.
All the snacks that Kyle used to
Yeah, all the snacks that Kyle used to have.
Uncrustables.
Oh, my God. That's still essential in my house is Uncrustables.
Hey, you remember when the first thing Evan would do, Evan would go and take the peanut butter and all the bread, and everybody would be looking for it and be in his room every single time?
Every time. That was before Kyle got smart. He got the Uncrustables for us.
Yeah.
Man. Nah, Kyle used to have everything.
Who used to remember those weird stretches Evan used to do before games?
Yeah, Evan was like abnormally like
that dude be over there. Hey, yo, what are you doing?
It was funny.
Most sarcastic person I ever met in my life. I used to hate it sometimes.
I never knew when he was serious.
Never knew. Never.
And Dez, you started like the Love Day tradition that year, right? Or one of those years?
Nah, that was us. I think that was
Jay Nick.
Yeah, that was Jay Nick.
It was Melo and myself. Don't let Rashad fool you. All right.
Right. Love day on the court, baby.
Yeah.
I give
Well,
Melo.
how'd that start then, Jared?
Huh?
How'd that start then?
We was watching Paid in Full one day. Old classic movie from like 2002. And there's a scene, and dude was like, "It's love day, baby." And then Melo posted it as a caption one day, and we just did it, said it ever since.
Yeah, it kind of took a life of its own.
I want to see the left.
What?
I tried to run off with that.
What?
Nah, that's what you got to see the. You didn't see the movie, Dad?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess we'll end things, or at least for a podcast, with another segment I was going to have you guys do. If you guys are like at home or have any of this with you, try and go find something, whether it be a piece of memorabilia, apparel, or some other thing that you remember that you have from that season.
I don't have nothing in my house. That's all at my mom's crib. I have like some. I got this thing I got from my like decoration. How can I turn the camera around? I think it's pretty good like this.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite thing. Keep it with me.
Where'd you get that, Dez?
Amazon. Amazon. Not really memorabilia, but Amazon.
I mean, did you guys end up getting anything from that season? Like, because you guys did a lot of good stuff at the NCAA tournament. I know, like, Andrew Terrell, last year, like, took the rug from the NCAA tournament.
Don't let the NCAA know that.
Oh, the actual tournament?
Yeah, like, he took, like, a rug.
Nah, I wasn't taking that stuff from there. Nah.
Andy T.
No, I didn't take anything from there.
No, I don't think I have. I don't know. Besides my jerseys, I don't know.
What do you got? Because you guys.
Yeah, I have like 30 jerseys.
That's what I'm saying.
I have watches.
I do.
In like 3 years, I have like 30, 40 jerseys.
Hey,
Dez, a lot of my
you still
stuff.
got the NIT watch?
No.
Susskind, you got the NIT Final Four watch?
No.
No.
I think I lost that or broke that like while I was at Maryland sometime. That didn't make it off campus.
You remember the watch we got from the Big Ten ACC Challenge? The little Fitbit thing, whatever it was?
Yeah, I still got that.
You have that, but not the NIT
You
watch.
used to wear that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the Fitbit watch is more my style.
Couldn't you choose between that or like the glasses or like what was that? We got to like choose our gift.
Huh? What were the options?
It was like
we never had the cool stuff like Xbox 360 or like Xbox One or like a PS4. We got like you want a watch or like a Fitbit or like a wallet chain or something like that. Like we didn't get nothing cool.
Right.
The coolest thing they gave us was a soundbar.
No, you remember we got Apple TVs and Dustin kept them because like we didn't like do good in the turn. I'm not crazy. That happened.
Dustin Clark kept the Apple TVs.
I mean, he didn't keep them, but like I think like
he sold them
or something like that. Yeah, like sold them. Cause like Turge was like, I guess he asked Turge what he should do with them, and he was just like, I don't care. Turge was just mad. Like, I didn't care. So I guess he gave like Turge enough for his family, and he just kind of either gave the rest of them out or like sold them or gave them for Christmas gifts.
Well, that's illegal.
Well, I know I didn't get no damn Apple TV.
I mean, Dez, during your time, you guys had some of like the best jerseys over your 4 years.
Yeah, but that's not Apple TV.
I'm just saying, like, you had much better jerseys over your years than anyone else here.
Oh yeah, I got the Brooklyn Dodgers one.
And
all like the different like variations of like the blackout games and the black ops, the gold rush, the red ones, and yeah, I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, what was your guys'
What I missed, the one I didn't get that I really missed is like the old school, like the Cole Fieldhouse ones that the guys played against Georgetown in.
Was that 2015-16? Those ones?
Yeah.
Those were nice.
Yeah. But, all right, guys. It was good talking to you. I got to go.
Yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining and coming on.
All right, Dez.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate
Talk to you
it.
soon.